Last week, I attended Ireland's second National Biodiversity Conference at Dublin Castle, and it was hugely encouraging to see the level of engagement from academic experts, voluntary organisations and public servants about how best we can protect, restore and enhance our biodiversity. In his keynote address to the conference, the Taoiseach spoke of a growing realisation that our fortunes as a species and a society are inseparable from the fortunes of our natural world. The Taoiseach also commented that biodiversity loss will only be successfully tackled as an all-of-government and all-of-society project. Roughly two-thirds of the land of Ireland is farmland, and it's absolutely critical that our farmers play a central role in that all-of-society conversation on how we can reverse biodiversity loss. The Citizens' Assembly on Biodiversity Loss is a key part of that conversation, and I believe it's vital that members of the public partaking in the Citizens' Assembly hear from farming voices. The simple reality is, if we are going to turn the tide on the biodiversity crisis, we will only be able to do so with the help of our farmers. So farmers need to be in the room, contributing to the conversation on how best we can do that. We know that biodiversity doesn't recognise borders or field boundaries, land parcels or herd numbers. That's why it's essential to embrace farming practices that support biodiversity across the whole farm. A whole farm approach should not confine biodiversity to a small strip or a corner of a field. Nor should we go down the road of a split within agriculture, whereby one cohort of farmers farms exclusively for nature and another exclusively for food production. They must go hand in hand. Adopting practices that allow biodiversity to flourish across our countryside, across all fields and on all farms is the direction of travel we must take. And I know from the farms that I visit, both in my own constituency of Laois and Offaly and further afield, that the vast majority of farmers want to get involved and play their part in our whole-of-society response to biodiversity loss, by farming with nature and not against it. It takes a lot of time and energy to work against nature. And as an organic farmer, that's something I've been able to reflect upon in the context of my own farm. Organic farming for me means working with nature. And after nearly 10 years of farming organically, I can see the difference in my soil quality and how abundantly our grass grows. And I can see the increase in numbers and variety of insects and birds on my farm. But again, while we know the benefits for biodiversity that go with organic farming, we simply cannot afford a twin-track approach with only certain cohorts of farmers incentivised to farm for nature. If we are to tackle the biodiversity crisis, we will have to bring all farmers with us as we make the shift to an agricultural model that works for biodiversity instead of against it.